Now let's take you to what's happening with the Ile-aux-Tourtes Bridge. Brenda O'Farrell joins us from the 1019 report and the 1510 West, which covers both sides of the Ile-aux-Tourtes Bridge. Brenda, welcome back.
Good morning, Elias.
So much to get to. Before we get to the added mess of the snowstorm, let's get to the news that we found out over the weekend that the Ile-aux-Tourtes Bridge losing another lane, now just one lane in either direction. Brenda, I mean, the next step is saying one car at a time, folks. So how bad is it?
Well, the question now becomes safety. And how safe and how stable is this structure?
Yeah.
And that's the question that Transport Quebec will not answer. When you ask them anything about safety, they have a one-sentence response that the structure is safe. And this is the challenge I'm putting to them.
Yeah.
If it was 100% safe, it would be 100% open.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're down to a third of its capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So are we at less than 50% safe? It's time for them to stop just giving generalities. They need to supply some detail.
And Brenda, tell us about the other mitigation efforts in effect, right? Because the lanes are just one lane each direction, but they've done even more to get people just off the span entirely, right?
Yes, the trains now are free from from 5 stations, from the Hudson, Vaudreuil, Dorion, Ile-Perrot, Pincourt stations into Montreal. It is now free. But that's just part of the problem, because public transit out here has never been adequate.
Yeah.
So that's why everybody used their cars.
Mm-hmm.
So again, everybody's juggling. You're hearing the response from people today. It runs the gamut. Some people have opted just not to do the commute today and call it a snow day. Other people have decided to leave early. How long it's going to take them. But we're talking 2.5 hour commutes for something that in regular time would take about 20 minutes.
It's outrageous, huh? It's outrageous to go from 20.
But it's one thing to say there's a problem, but it's an ongoing problem. Mm-hmm. The government is throwing hundreds of millions of dollars at a situation on the bridge, which is getting worse. When you put that much money to fix a problem, there's no expectation that it will be perfect, but there is an expectation that it would at least be maintained or get a little bit better.
Yeah.
So the trend is in the opposite direction.
And I don't know if you heard this, Brenda, this morning, the lights in Ile-Perrot weren't working either. So, so what do you do?
Well, oftentimes the lights in Ile-Perrot don't work in the sense that it's never coordinated. Yeah. So this doesn't come as a big surprise to anybody that uses that route, to be quite honest. Mm-hmm. Everybody was anticipating that. And I think people, the added dilemma that nobody has saw coming, that has sort of sprouted this morning, is that people are now trying to figure out, is the traffic worse than the worry of a possible collapse? Yeah. Everybody's going, which is worse? Yeah,
and that's right.
They're juggling those two options at this point.
Well, I think what we let off with, Brenda. I have to leave it there, but I think what we how the transport ministry has been a little opaque on this subject. It's clear that's the balancing act they're doing. They're weighing both of those things. They just don't want to say it. Brenda, we have to leave it there. Thanks so much.
Good to talk to you.
Brenda O'Farrell from the 1019 report and the 1510 West, covering both sides of the Ile-aux-Tourtes Bridge.